So today we're taking a little detour to talk about some odd games from the past. These were games that you played directly on your browser within Facebook. This was when Farmville was the most popular game for the normies. Those notifications. If you don't remember this, it's okay, but just know it was traumatic for a lot of people. Facebook was the place at this time to hang out and play these weird games that you connect your personal profile fully. So these games had access to this information, just so you know. So some game that you played years ago still has that information probably. I don't know how this works. Maybe they don't. I'm not a developer, but that kind of doesn't sound great. So today we'll be talking about 3 of them: MiniPlanet, SmallWorlds, and YoVille. These are the odd Facebook virtual worlds. I'm also trying to get my green screen and camera and the lighting all set up for the next video. I'm just kind of doing like 3 small games that I played briefly that I think are pretty cool to mention and that you might actually be interested in. So these games are from, you know, the Facebook section, the Facebook gaming section. So they didn't have like maybe as big as a community, but they did have, you know, strong communities within these games. So that's why I decided to do like a nice little all together moment for small little bits of our past here. So yeah, let's kind of just jump into the first one here. So we're talking about MiniPlanet. This game has no Wikipedia, but it does have player content on YouTube. So there is some time capsule situation going on, but I also have my memories because I played this game the most out of the 3. MiniPlanet came out in 2009 and it ended 5 years later in 2014. It had a generous run, 5 years. It's okay. I played this one the most out of 3, so I'm kind of going based off my memories. Most of this. And if I'm wrong on anything, please leave it in the comments below and correct me. I'm very happy to hear any feedback. It was more comparable to Zwinky avatar wise, but you had walk animations and it still had that, I think it's 2.5D room setup, like all the chat rooms were like that. So it was basically like a Habbo and Zwinky hybrid. You had your basic avatar that you could dress up and you had your personal rooms, which in my opinion were really nice, like the furniture that you had and like the walls and decoration. I had the most fun just decorating my room and finding furniture for my room. It also had trading within it. There was a whole like trading economy within the game. I do remember that. There was like some people, I think I remember people having like their own shops within their rooms. It's like brief memories here and there, but it was very like, it had like a community there. I do want to say it was similar to Zwinky in that it had a lot of drama in it. It was very, very heated in MiniPlanet. There was always arguments, there was always fighting. It was chaotic, it was wild. It was so fun because I would just be arguing with strangers. I was just an instigator, having a good time. I was a child instigating with probably adults. But people definitely got scammed in this game. I think I remember getting scammed in this game with like furniture or something. Like they were gonna give me this piece, but like I don't remember. I was like a child playing this, and it had a lottery wheel, so it definitely gave off like the vibe of like a casino with like a lot of angry people in it. But it was fun. I never laughed so hard in a game. It was just pure chaos. But sadly, with these games, I can't find a single thing on why it closed down. But you know, I have my own reasons. In my opinion, I think this game closed down because it just wasn't making any money. Because obviously, with a lot of these browser-based games, it seems to be easier to hack. I don't know how they do that, but it seems like every time you play a browser-based game, there's a hack for generating coins. Another reason I think this game closed down is because there was just no moderation. Like, if there was, I did not see it. It did not exist when I was playing it. Like, of course, it had the same thing as Habbo, the weird role-playing. Of course, it had the same thing as Winky with, obviously, the role-playing again, and the arguments, like, constant, like, getting around like the flagged keywords. They would still somehow swear at you, you know, the old-fashioned stuff, traditional virtual world behavior. But yeah, that was MiniPlanet, and it lasted 5 years, which isn't bad, but it's not long. Small Worlds. This is an interesting one because it actually has a Wikipedia, because this has its own Wikipedia page and actual like history logged. You can actually find information about this game. I'm going to be referencing obviously information on that and through the Wikipedia and my personal experiences, even though briefly I did play this game. When I was playing the game, I was in it briefly. I was just playing it as basically as you can. There was like a leveling system. I did not participate enough to like understand what was going on. I was just there to chat and like dress up my character, and I don't even remember like putting together a room, but it existed. So Small Worlds came out in 2008. It was developed by Outsmart Games based out in Auckland, New Zealand. It was integrated with Facebook, Beba, MySpace, and Hi5. It was pretty impressive. It was very nice looking. It was weird looking because you had a big ass head, but it was unique. And it had the standard virtual world features of being free to play unless you want more customization. So you had to get the VIP. And then they had the in-game currency, which was gold, and had an actual leveling system. Similar to Our World, where in Our World and in Small Worlds, both worlds, in order to get certain items, you had to be a certain level. In Small Worlds, it was more that there was different customization items within these groups of leveling groups. There was the social, artist, explorer, gamer, arena, farming, and gardening levels in the game. And you had these, and it was kind of advanced in a way. Each one had its own set of items that you can get. So it was divided that way. And to increase these levels, you participate in the game. There was like missions, there was like the arena, there was like, the game had a lot of content within it. So within each of these leveled sets, I think that's called, you ranked from newbie to experienced based on how high your level is within social or artists, right? And then there was obviously the VIP items that were paywalled, that you had to obviously pay for VIP to have access to. And then there was also citizen levels. When I was playing it, I was not familiar with the citizen level. Please leave it in the comments below. But it says on the Wikipedia that you could get access to weapons. Is this true? Is this like a verifiable, like, can someone confirm that there was weapons in Small Worlds? But it says here on the Wikipedia, the fandom Wikipedia, that, mind you, with the citizen levels, you could get access to items such as skateboards to weapons. So Small Worlds sadly took an end in 2018 because, stated by the company, they said that they were dwindling in users on the game and it was not generating enough revenue. So they decided to close their doors. But obviously, because it was such a large game and it had such a large community, obviously there's like a lot of people that want this game back. I did see a brief post of like a separate independent dev team trying to make a resurgence. So I'd say stay tuned because you might get your wishes. Actually, never mind. The game is never coming back. I just saw the Reddit post and they quit. The dev team gave up. So sorry. Next game. The last game that I'm going to discuss is YoVille. This one is weird because I played it and I immediately decided not to continue playing it because I found it hideous. I found the avatar so ugly, but if this is something you like, I'm not going to yuck your yum, you know, like this, if this is your game that you spent all of your days playing, of course, that's completely fine. I personally just find it hideous. YoVille was launched in 2008, same time as Small Worlds. It was developed by Tall Tree Games. Then it was sold to Zynga in 2008, the same year. These guys, Zynga, had a lot of games on Facebook. They were kind of taking over Facebook around this time. They were the creators of Farmville, mind you. So these guys had a lot of money. So if they saw something that was easily going to be a potential moneymaker, they're going to buy it. And they did, and they took over YoVille. Some somehow they saw that ugly little character and they're like, yes, this. Then in 2014, it was sold to Big Viking Games, which was originally Tall Tree Games. They just rebranded themselves. And then it says here that there was copyright issues, so they rebranded the game to YoVille, probably because Zynga still had ownership of the name. I'm not sure how all that works, but they rebranded the game and it's still going on to this day. So this game is still ongoing, but it had two different periods. It had its initial period from 2008 to 2014 when it was initially developed and part of Tall Tree Games and then part of Zynga within that same year to 2014. And then after being sold back to the original development team, it went through a rebrand, refresh, and now it's something a little bit different now. So what I'm talking about the initial YoVille when I was playing it in probably 2011 or so. It was a game that you could play within Facebook and also on Zynga's site. It was going for more of a life sim aspect. It was promoting role playing, adopting pets. It had a trading and buying and selling of items. It had its in-game currency, YoCoin, and you could get YoCoins by watching ads. I think with every Facebook game, you could get in-game currency with watching ads. It was the initial microtransaction big push, right? And of course, it had the chat aspect. It had the chat rooms, but when I was playing it, I don't think I was able to chat with anyone. I remember it being pretty dead, but I did have fun dressing up my character, my weird little guy. But I do understand, I do see why people may be nostalgic for this game or love this game still. Maybe they're still playing it all these years later, because I can see that it still has a large community. And of course, after the rebrand, I'm sure players left, but I imagine a lot of people are still enjoying it. What was going on during 2000 to, 2014 to 16? There seemed to be a big head conspiracy. Every game during this time, almost every game, there was some aspect of having a big ass head. And I don't know how to connect. I don't know how to draw the red thread here, but all of these games had big ass heads. What was happening? What was happening in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, late 2000s? Why was everyone having a big ass head? Was there a big head? There's Big Pharma? Was there just big head? Who was funding Big Head? How do we connect the dots here? I don't know, but I just find it very interesting how often they have these big, ugly ass heads in these games. I don't know. Can someone in the comments explain what was the big head crisis? Why was everyone having a big ass head? If I missed anything regarding these games or you have a suggestion, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to look into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. Stick around for the next video. I post once a week every Monday. I haven't missed one yet, but thank you for listening. Bye. Okay, that's it. Bye.